In today's video, I'm going to do a very brief review of a Bluford Shops Illinois Central Gulf transfer caboose with a long hood. This particular model doesn't necessarily go with the overall theme of my layout. My layout is more of a rural grain theme, and for those of you that know about transfer cabooses, you really don't see these very often, and you definitely don't see these, or you would not see these in a rural scene. Transfer cabooses were used primarily through the 1950s and 1960s in large metropolitan areas. So they were really for a one-day use type operation. And when I open this up, I'll sort of show you what separates this from just a regular long road caboose. Basically, what these were these are rebuilds of some of the very first wooden cabooses that were produced in the early 1900s. So they used the frame, rebuilt them into a transfer caboose. So let's go ahead and take a look at this model. When you get it out of the outside box, it's very well packaged. It's in a separate plastic wrap. It sends an instruction sheet / a little bit of information about the caboose itself. But let's go ahead and pop this thing open here. This is the first time I've opened this. One of the first things that you really notice when you get this out of the package are the details that Bluford Shops puts into this model. All of the grab irons and all of the bars are separately attached wires. There's nothing that's molded on like some of the less expensive models. Move this here a little bit. You can see the detail on some of the roof elements. Interesting about this particular model, the transfer caboose in general, there's a couple things that are on here. Usually, because these are only for short one-day type services, in the prototypes, a lot of times you don't even see a fuel tank or a toolbox. Now this particular model does have a toolbox and a fuel tank modeled in there, but if you check the other side, you can see that those two bins are empty where a toolbox and a fuel tank would go. Now another thing that you would notice on a more prototypical caboose would be the application in some instances of a generator on the truck. Since these again were primarily used in larger cities and they were only intended for one-day type routes, there is no generator put on this particular transfer caboose. Most of the time they just relied on the battery that was installed in the caboose. Here's just another view of it. Very, very fine details associated with this. You can see some of the numbers, or I'm sorry, some of the wording on it. Service with safety, one of the big Illinois Central slogans that you'll see on a lot of their rolling stock and locomotives. So let's run this over to the layout and do a real quick test run and see how it pulls. Okay, I have it over on my layout now, and really as I was bringing it over here and setting it up, really just every time I look at it I keep picking up more and more detail about some of the very precise modeling that Bluford Shops did on this. You can see the cut lever there, separately attached. Just a really, really finely precise model. So I have it hooked up to my Illinois Central GP9 here, and we'll just see how it pulls. So there it is, Illinois Central Bluford Shop transfer caboose. My opinion, this is a very, very highly prototypical model. manufactured suggested price on it is $49.95. I know that my model shop sells it a little bit cheaper, so definitely check around. I encourage any feedback. Please leave your comments in the commenting section. Thank you.